So welcome again to our presentation, and we're doing a follow-up from the previous video. If you didn't have a chance to watch the introduction to the EVM event series by Ketron, watch the previous video and please subscribe to the channel so you can get notifications whenever we are on to give you more information about this beautiful, beautiful product indeed. So as we promised to you, we are now going to do a small tutorial on how you can actually use the EVM, okay, with your existing arranger. And when I say with it, I mean integrating with it. So in that song I just did right now, if you notice, I was able to start off with just the Yamaha style, and then I did it with just the event EVM style, right? So what about being able to do it with both of them together? So we're going to share the setup at the end of this video. But what I'm doing is I'm taking advantages of both worlds. The Yamaha has some very nice lead right-hand voices, which actually inspire you to want to play as a professional musician. So some of those sounds you're listening to actually bring out the best in your performance. So I'm going to take advantage of that. The EVM, on the other hand, is the master of styles, as Ketron have always been when it comes to drum, bass, and styles in general. So I'm going to use the EVM predominantly for the rhythm section, okay? And I'm going to talk about some integration there. So over here, I know, for example, for this example, that the drums and the bass on the EVM are a lot better than the drums and the bass on the Yamaha, okay? And that's true for most of the Ketron products as well, going back to the days of the MS40, SD40, as we did in the other video, SD90. These are all module versions of our keyboard. And it's very interesting because Ketron remained one of the very few companies, if not the only one, that actually still make arranger modules. And so the EVM is really, really well appreciated. But back to the video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to integrate various style parts of my EVM together with the Yamaha style parts. So in that particular style right there, okay, right now what I did over here, I'm going to go back and turn these on the Yamaha, okay, is I turned all the arranger parts off. Now if I have them on right now, that's what it sounds like, slightly out of tempo, but I'll explain that to you later at the end. So I want to use the drums coming out of the EVM, so I'm going to turn off the drums on the Yamaha. Yamaha has two tracks, rhythm 1, which is percussion, and rhythm 2, which is your main drum. I turn those off. If I hit start right now, all I'm getting are the drums, the live drummer coming from the EVM, right? Okay, so this view now, we're going to I turned off the 1 and 2, the drum tracks on the Yamaha. Now I'm hearing the bass on the Yamaha, but I prefer to use the bass of the EVM. So I'm going to turn off the bass in the Yamaha and turn on the bass over here in the EVM, which is simply sliding the bass channel up like that, okay? So now when I play a chord over here, okay, now once again, if I bring down the style volume altogether, so there's nothing on the event right now. This is all the Yamaha. Bring up the style to get the event. Okay, and I can balance the volume out there. So now I have on the event, like I told you before, on the EVM, I brought down the voice 1 and I brought down the voice 2, right? So I don't have any voices coming from the EVM. So whatever you hear me playing here are the sweet voices that Yamaha have over here, right? So now, if I do this key start, again, I'm controlling everything from the Yamaha. When I press the chord, the EVM is going to start automatically. Okay, you see what I was saying before in the previous video? I went ahead and touched the B, but the B was not activated, right? So again, the touch sensitivity also depends on how sensitive the screen is. And this is why I personally thought, when I said before, that sometimes if you're playing live, you don't have room for such an error, right? If you make a mistake, you don't press it hard enough, or you press it too hard and it doesn't trigger. But again, this is what happens when you're performing live. So for those of you who don't want to go this route, the Event X is for you. So that sounds great and that sounds beautiful, right? So now notice what I'm going to do. I may want to enhance because, of course, what am I getting from the EVM? Those live guitars, live chords, and everything else. Over here, I might simply want to go into my view and modeling and go into my chord, and I want to turn up that guitar. So on the event series on the keyboards, you have this data wheel. On the screen here, that has been replaced, of course, by this. When you turn right clockwise, it's going up, and when you turn counterclockwise, it's coming down. So that's one of the differences you're going to see on the EVM, right? So this replaces your data wheel. Also, another difference you're going to notice is going to be the voice 1 and voice 2. So there are certain functions, for example, on the event, when you press both voice 1 and voice 2, it takes you to the multi screen, which is what you have over here with multi, okay, which is that button. So some people are going to ask, but why do you have multi here but you don't have that physical button on the event series? That is what the multi does. It takes you into those buttons that have multiple functions. For example, in this case, where I can be able to access voice 1 and voice 2, and again adjust and turn them on and off as I would do, let's say, on this keyboard over here, you know, right 1 and right 2. So this is pretty much taking you to the scenario those who are used to, let's say, Yamaha product, and they want to be able to access each individual voice separately, right? That's what that would do over there. But let's not be sidetracked. So now in this case, I have my voice 1 and voice 2 master volumes down because I want to play just the lead voices in this example from the Yamaha keyboard. So now when I'm doing this, sync start, and I play this, remember, on the Yamaha, drums are off, bass is off, I have some chords and pad. On the event, I have everything on for the most part, okay? We went to view modeling, pop. I want to change that guitar for an example. I'm going to go here, I'm going to try something different. Now, that change I did was only for variation B, okay? Just variation B in the EVM. While the style is playing, I might choose another variation, variation C for an example, okay? And pick another live guitar in there. I got the live sax. Let's go to arranger G. I want to pick another live guitar while I'm on the screen. Page 2. Let's see, I want to go in here. Again, you have a whole bunch of them to pick from. And again, I can go back in and say I want the volume to be a little bit louder. Now, that's just for the guitar. Let's go into the bass, okay? The real bass or the MIDI bass. If I go to the MIDI bass, that's the regular MIDI bass of the style. I want to go to the real bass, and I want to add a live bass player to my guitar. That's one of them playing right there already. I want to go to another page, let's say, and I want to pick something else that may be more exciting. Let's see if I can add some nice funk in there. Try this one. Or this. Or let's go to something like rock, all right? So I can have a nice and guess what? If I don't like any of those changes, I'm not forced to commit to that, right? I can just simply go ahead and touch remove. and it says remove modeling. Yes. So again, I can remove different steps of the way, remove some of the changes I did, and revert back to the original, which was or bring the Yamaha bass. But one of the very exciting features for me with this keyboard, and one of the features where I can use something from this EVM that does not exist on the Yamaha, and something from the Yamaha that does not exist on the EVM, is this combination right here. And this is my best, which I kept for last, right? Let's go back into that bass again and bring back that real bass, which we had in there for this style beat bop, okay? Now, notice this. So that is very, very interesting indeed. I was just doing that on the fly, on the run, just to give an idea. But imagine the amount of combinations and permutations that you can do, especially having 8 variations on here. Yes, I said 8, A, B, C, D, and then with the variation on A, B, C, D again. But now, guess what? I have actually 12 combining this with that, because I have the 8 over there, and I have 4 main variations over here on this one as well. So I can mix and match. Now with the OTS here, with the one-touch setting link on this instrument, if I combine that with the voice to A, B, C, D on the EVM, that means that I can combine, oh my goodness, the combinations are endless. Because think about it, before all this while I had the EVM voices off, right? Okay, let's get back to that screen over there where we can see what I'm doing here on my screen. Now I have the OTS on my Yamaha keyboard, which means that when I set my variations, each of them recall different voices and different settings on the keyboard instantly, which is equivalent to the EVM's voice to A, B, C, D. Whereas now I'm going to turn up my voice 1 and voice 2 volume, because I'm going to hear the voices on the EVM as well. But guess what? As I change my A, okay, C, D, the voices are also switching. I can pick them instantly, like I can do on the Yamaha as well, all right? Or I can allow the variation pick the voices for me, which now means that when I customize this, if I have variation A and A on here at the same time, and of course here, Catch you all in the next video, guys. Again, more videos are going to be coming out showing you how you can use this marvelous product with an arranger keyboard, and also down the road, how do you use this marvelous product, the EVM. This is all you need, and a tiny little box which you can stash away in the corner anywhere. That's all you need with this beautiful, beautiful screen. And again, you're not limited to this screen, right? You can actually use other touch screens out there if you want. But then again, this is a nice size, especially if you're playing live, and Ketron does provide this in the bundle packet together with a little nice handbag. So having fun with your event or your EVM is up to you to decide how you want to do that. We're just going to keep on producing these products because we know that many of you out there who are musicians, either playing in churches, playing in schools, playing at events, you want to be able to find the easiest way to carry your live band in a slightly smaller packet and have some ease of use. Now, those of you who are out there who are doing playback material as well, especially if you're doing like MP3s and everything else, if you want to be totally wireless and mobile, this is a very good investment for you, because this means that you can have your tablet and just go out there to the bar stools, you know, talk around, say hi, talk to the people, and perform as you normally would. All you would need is a wireless microphone and your wireless iPad, because then that means you can now go in here to player and be able to go into your stuff. Imagine Ace of Base or Billy Joe, whatever you have, ABBA, and pick a song in there, and guess what? You can walk around with this pad, right? And be able to control your performance and be talking and interacting, maybe not drinking, but interacting with your audience, with them. I mean, not just on the stage, but you're actually now on the bar stool, controlling your EVM, holding just this monitor, okay, or your iPad with your wireless mic, and singing those beautiful songs out there to your customers, all right? This is another example. So this is very beautiful because this allows you now to go in there, and again, if you're performing with backing tracks, you are totally free of having to stay in one particular place. You don't have to stay, let's say, on a stage or stay in one location somewhere. No, you can simply pick up this wireless iPad or wireless tablet, sync it up to your EVM, keep the EVM on the stage wherever you're supposed to be, and walk with your audience and interact with them. Drink a beer if you have to, smoke a cigarette. I don't think there's smoking allowed in many places anymore these days, but you know what I'm talking about. It gives you the freedom as a solo performer to be mobile, to be all over the place, if you don't have to carry the bulky keyboard or the bulky module, right? So that's, again, some of the pluses and some of the things that would benefit a customer who is interested in getting the EVM. Again, this is AJ at Ketron USA. Ciao, I'm out. See you all in the next video.